Hi, I'm Sheryl Eldene. This video is to help you with the emotional aspects if you've been recently diagnosed with a life-threatening illness like cancer or HIV. If that's the case for you, you've been thrown into a huge process of looking at your physical health. I want to help you look at also the emotional health that is part of that journey. When I was diagnosed with my own cancer over a decade ago, the only thing I felt at first was anger. Other people also feel denial, they feel fear, they feel hopelessness, and they feel a lot of stress. So let's start with the hopelessness side. Actually, there is some clinical evidence that if you can raise your level of hope about the outcome of your treatment, the outcome of the treatment can be better. Those who have hope seem to do better with the treatment. So the question is, how do you increase your sense of hope? One of the things is you can remind yourself that you live in a decade that has enormously successful treatments for cancer. My dad died 30 years ago of a cancer that I can survive for the rest of my life with. That's how much has happened in those 30 years. You live in a decade that gives treatment that are highly successful. Millions of people live years beyond their treatment, happy, fulfilled, good lives, and you can be one of those too. You know, something I've always told myself, when you ask a doctor, what's my prognosis? How long am I going to live? They have to give you the average length. And it's like this. You know the bell curve goes like that? Well, they'll tell you, you have 10 years to live. That's the height of that bell curve. Well, there's people up here in the tails that have 2 days to live, and there's people in this tail that live for decades. I always thought, I'm in this tail. You can join me here if you want. Another way that you can increase your own sense of hope is look for reasons to hope. If you look, it's amazing how many people you're going to run into who are cancer survivors. It's amazing how many people you'll run into that know of treatments for exactly what you've got but have been successful for their friends or for themselves. You can find reasons to hope if you think about it and keep track of those. Those can help increase your own sense. The other piece is the denial. A lot of people, once they hear the diagnosis, they'll go to 10 other doctors trying to get a second opinion, a third opinion, a fourth opinion, because they just don't want to accept it. Part of that is a good idea. You do want a second or third opinion. But just know that the longer you stay in denial, the longer you're resisting entering your treatment. So if you're in denial, look squarely at the data that you're getting from your physicians and go forward if you can with whatever treatment recommendations they are making. Another emotional response is anger. I think I told you that was mine. I can remember the moment and the day someone used my name and the cancer word in the same sentence. And you know what? When I think of that young man's face, of course he's young, I'm a little older than he was, right? When I think of him, I still get anger going through my blood. What I also know is anger delays your ability to enter your own healing journey. So if you feel anger, just know that. Describe it to yourself, let yourself feel it, but then turn around and face the music, enter your treatment if that's what's being recommended for you, and go forward. Another piece is fear and anxiety. A lot of people can just dissolve. I'm going to die. I just know I'm going to die. What fear and anxiety are is taking an imagined future and plopping it right down on top of your head. In a way, that doesn't work. I mean, it really doesn't work. If you sit here and imagine that World War III, IV, V is going to happen next week, then you can cave yourself in, you can put your head under your bed, and you can not live your life for the next week. But if you can bring yourself into the present today, you live in a time and a place that has enormous support for you. The Cancer Society has unbelievable library free for you. You live in a wonderful time to face what you're facing. You don't need to have that fear and anxiety kind of hijacking your present, making you live in an imagined future that hasn't happened yet, and letting you not live in your presence at all. Now, the last emotional difficulty I want to talk about is stress. It's true that cancer treatment is stressful. The treatment itself is difficult. And everybody, frankly, everybody looking at you and feeling sad for you, that's tough. Stress interrupts your sleep, it interrupts your ability to eat food, it does a lot that's not healthy, and it doesn't make your treatments more successful. I have a friend that she's actually a naturopathic physician. When she was diagnosed with her breast cancer, she sent out a blanket email to every single person on her list, and she said, I'm going through treatment and this is what I want from you. I want every single video you've ever watched that's funny, because I'm going to watch humorous videos for the next 3 months, and then I'm going to grow my hair back, and then I'm going to be fine. That's how she dealt with the stress of it. So you decide what works for you to reduce your stress. The less stress you have, the more effective those treatments can be. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you, because your emotional health is a really important part of your whole healing journey. Blessings to you. We live in the best time ever, and I know that you can get through this. Bye for now.